Chucky.
Freddy Krueger or Chucky?
Yeah.
Freddy. He was with the shits.
Freddy was a dog.
He was. Yeah. Honestly, he had jokes too. His
Chucky
movies
was
were funny.
racist. Chucky was high key.
Chucky
racist.
for sure. Like you saw the woman he got with.
Oh
yeah.
Jennifer Tilly, shout out to that dude.
Absolutely, man. Suck titties for days.
Ooh, big damage coming out from Ketchup, but he's an idiot, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, never mind.
Nice dash attack, sending him back off stage. Ketchup is now in the corner. I mean, it's Red Fox. It's so funny how you would just come in a mask that looks like that, just and that's just you now.
You know what's nuts is like that just looks like Red Fox. That's just the Red Fox right now.
He does look like Monkey Monday right now. Like at any given moment,
Friday,
he definitely likes like a good like plátano, you know.
Oh man, I'm surprised he didn't get caught by that with that forward smash.
Don't spot dodge there.
He's gonna be there to catch and take that first off. We got going
DK, dun dun dun. Kill this Kong.
You ever played DK64?
I was watching Dan Listo play it on his channel. If you have not been there, Dan Listo was doing a playthrough of Donkey Kong 64. It was fun. Most of this is where Donkey Kong's character in Smash comes from.
Watching the game is, I'll admit, is very fun. It's like watching people play Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, especially with randomizers on. Playing the game though, I feel like this is one of those 3D platformer-ish games that everybody in their lifetime needs to play at least once. This or Conker's Bad Fur Day.
A stoic man, this Donkey Kong is, showing no emotion as he takes that stock. I agree. There's a couple of classic games that need to be played. I think as we get older, goodness gracious, which that Donkey Kong isn't. Your lineage is done there, sir. I think that some of the games that should be added would be Skyrim.
Skyrim, if you haven't played Skyrim in the 50 years that it's been out, literally, your whole bloodline deserves to be exterminated.
I'm not gonna say eradicated.
Not eradicated, that's too extreme. Exterminated, however, that's a whole different thing. That's just on my behalf.
I was gonna say it does imply like responsibility. Yeah, for sure.
Have you played Oblivion by chance?
A little bit. I never finished it.
So, Oblivion recently came out with a mod called Sky Oblivion, where the game runs in the same engine as Skyrim.
Okay.
But it's the Oblivion world map storyline, and they added a few extra things. And for those of you that don't know, Oblivion, hands down, I could literally bet my unborn child on this. Greatest Elder Scrolls game, greatest Bethesda game ever created, all time.
Okay.
There's nothing in the Fallout series that can compare with that.
You heard it from him?
Starfall, suck my balls.
Hang on. Are you excited for the next Elder Scrolls game?
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be Skyrim Part 2. It's gonna take place up north where Redfall and or Hammerfell, where all the Red Guards were. For those of you guys that don't know, Red Guards are literally the Black Boat of fucking of Tamriel.
That is where they are from. Yeah.
And they literally, finally, out of all the games that have came out, get their own world, and it's not an expansion of Skyrim. Skyrim would be considered an expansion
of Tamriel.
Hammerfell.
Of Hammerfell, excuse me.
Yeah. So Hammerfell is up north of Skyrim, past like the icy plains of Morthal and shit. And Winterhold were like the mage colleges.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a foresty tundra with like deserts and stuff like that too.
I'm reminded that I used to love playing Skyrim. That's one of those games that's kind of evergreen. But to go back to the first comment of like one of those 3D games that like you kind of have to go down in history. I definitely think Skyrim's one of them. As you said, Oblivion, Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5.
I think like if you're gonna do series and you're gonna take Oblivion and Skyrim, I definitely say play Skyrim. If you're not a fan of
Elder Scrolls itself, they definitely streamline things that would like appeal to a mainstream audience. There's a reason they keep remastering it for every single console.
Legend of Zelda games. If you're not a Legend of Zelda fan, what one Legend of Zelda game do you need to absolutely play?
Breath of the Wild. It's the most accessible by far.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like is like after you finish the tutorial for Breath of the Wild, the game is like. You play the whole game, Breath of the Wild, and that's just the tutorial for Tears of the Kingdom.
Honestly, they're kind of interchangeable for me because their game engines are mad similar. But the overall difficulty and story and whatnot, and the mechanics that are added into Tears of the Kingdom almost kind of beat out Breath of the Wild just by pure novelty, but it's close. It's very, very close.
Ooh, speaking of very close, this game, my man, having to switch to the pride and true Banjo and Kazooie, and Ketchup, you know, sticking to what he knows best, and that's nothing. So
You love him so much.
I do. Yeah. I've known Felipe for so fucking long, dude.
That's
I knew him when he was fat.
That's a part of. I think that's still his pinned tweet. I think it's very funny that your pinned tweet is being ugly as a choice. And
So
it's
what?
two pictures. It's his pinned tweet was for a long time being ugly as a choice, and there's 2 pictures of him.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Like,
I think it's mad confident. Shout him out.
yeah, being ugly, like saying being ugly is a choice is like, if I wanted to wake up one day and say I'm ugly, you know what I mean? But like I dress really nice. Somebody compliments me. Like, how do you decide to be ugly? You know what I mean? I think that's coming from somebody who used to be ugly. Because let's be real, Felipe, you were ugly as fuck back in the day.
Was he ugly or was he just not conventionally
He
attractive?
looked like the. Have you ever seen the first Ant-Man movie? Do you remember the Mexican dude that was telling those bullshit stories most of the time? That's what he looked like.
You're a menace.
Bro had titties and everything, like it was nuts. And I respect the hustle. I respect the fact that he hung out around enough people that were like, "Hey, you're ugly, fix it," and he figured it out. But for him to say, like, to go as far as to say shit like that,
Being ugly is a choice.
yeah.
I think there's a certain amount of
Okay.
self-awareness.
Hearing it that way after saying what I said, let me go back. Being ugly is a choice. He chose to stop being ugly
Yes.
in that case, right?
And he chose to stop being conventionally unattractive.
Conventionally, that's inappropriate. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's actually ugly because you a fine motherfucker to somebody.
I think Ketchup is ugly. I think he's naturally ugly. I genuinely think Ketchup looks like a fucking lawnmower.
And yes, Ken Dizzle, that is the real DK. Who is this?